I actually asked the BBC when The Reckoning was broadcast why they felt they had to change the ethnicity of one of the victims, Jimmy Savile. Of course, we all know why. It's box ticking. The BBC have effectively put diversity before facts, and it's not the first time, is it? Now, as far as we know, only one of Jimmy Savile's victims committed suicide, and that was Claire McAlpine. She was white British, and she was a dancer on Top of the Pops. Of course, Top of the Pops was hosted by Jimmy Savile, and the abuse she received from him was so horrific, she sadly chose to commit suicide. Now, when the BBC said they'll be making a dramatised version of what Jimmy Savile did, I was filled with scepticism anyway. I mean, some of the fault of what he did has to lie with them. They knew what he did and they let him just carry on. They silenced some BBC personalities as well for speaking out. People like Johnny Rotten out of the Sex Pistols. And I think this is a massive kick in the bollocks to the victims of Jimmy Savile. Because not only did they change her ethnicity, they also changed the facts. Now, in the TV programme The Reckoning, Claire is called Sarah and she is of Asian heritage. Oh, when I say Asian, I mean Middle Eastern. And she also left a suicide note, but the real Claire left a diary, and that diary named more than Savile. But of course they omitted that bit, and I wonder why. Now, not only is the BBC broadcasting this bad taste, but it's also bad taste changing someone's ethnicity to suit your own woke agenda, and that's what it is. Even when a BBC spokesman made a statement about this issue, you can tell they were lying and it was utter bullshit, because they said, and I quote, "Sarah is not Claire McAlpine. We know many of Savile's victims were driven to thoughts of suicide, and the drama has a duty to reflect the impact of his abuse in full." Then why not just portray Claire McAlpine accurately, to highlight the facts? And yes, many of them were driven to thoughts of suicide, but only one, as far as we know, actually did it, and that was Claire McAlpine. So this mouthpiece goes on. This fictional character has been portrayed sensitively and responsibly, and with the knowledge of Claire's family, we have reflected elements of Claire's story in order to represent many more victims. Well, most of, if not all, of Savile's victims were Caucasian girls. And there we go again, downplaying poor old Claire McAlpine's plight by calling her a fictional character. The BBC has absolutely no shame. They shouldn't have broadcast this. I mean, how would people feel if the BBC wouldn't dare make a drama about George Floyd and changing his ethnicity to Caucasian, wouldn't they? The West would burn to the ground because there would be rioting and everything everywhere, and the BBC would be making grovelly apologies and paying out millions of pounds of compensation because they are scared of these communities. And this is yet another reason why you shouldn't pay your TV licence fee. And there we go, that's my video. Please comment, share, subscribe. Until the next time, Roger Trout.